Hey, it's me, Gunchuck. Not sure if you see my videos around, but this is my first time ever doing some type of tutorial. I wanted to discuss something that I like to call Feijin Manual Dodge, or FMD for short. It is basically a way to get the most out of your Feijin style in terms of movement. And before we do any of that, I want to give a quick lesson on footing, because this is exactly how this works. So let's get right into it. Meditation, please. All right. So the reason why I said footing is important is because this is literally how it works, and I say this because I've done this technique a lot in CTs, and even some players I know that say that run up strike, because you need run up strike, I'm sorry, I should say it, but run up strike is how you do this. But people say run up strike is an avoid move, and the reason why it's not considered a avoid move by the game, because it's really not. It's just a move that has movement inside of its animation, which that's not the only move that has that. But it does require you to be able to use it as a avoid move if you force it to. So the reason why I say footing is important is because you need to. So the good way to explain footing is, if you go into meditation, 4 feet is exactly the distance where the dummy will start walking toward you because you're out of range for any other move. Because the highest range move is Gokatsu, and that's a stabbing sword move, and it's like 4 meters, something like that. Or I say 4 feet because I don't know exactly why it's in meters. But it's like feet, I guess. I'm sorry if I'm talking like metric system or something. But let's get ready. So a good way to test 4 feet is this, and this is also something I want to explain to you. Doing your low parry as Feijin is 1 step, or you can really watch the step in the character because that counts as well. But watch, if I do this 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm out of range. So that's 4 feet. So your run-up strike in its initial 2 bounces before it actually launches and lunges at you is 2 feet. Alright, so like it's like right here that it lunges you. Now, if I do this up close, 2 feet is not very far, because your average move is about 2 and some change. Like, look at this, 2.6. 1.8, and yeah, that will catch you, because remember this, that run up strike moves forward as well afterwards. So it doesn't actually hit you until I lunge my shoulder toward you, which is going to send the punch toward you. You could still get hit. Hence why it's not a avoid move. It literally get jabbed out if you're too close. Now, if I do this at 2 feet already, and you try to jab me, so I'm still in range to get punched. Like this is in range for this. Even a hook at times, you're still in range for this. So if I was right here, I'd be in danger of getting hooked. But if I do run up strike, that's 2 feet backwards. I could dodge because I'm out of range now, and it'd be free punish because you're in the middle of doing an attack, and I can hit you. So if you want to watch your footing, don't do run up strike from here because you'll get hit. All right. If I do run up strike from here at 2 feet, it's okay. I can do it. They might hit me if I'm standing here still, but if I do it, I move 2 feet back and then I go immediately lunge into them. However, if you want to do the Feijin manual dodge, if you do the Feijin, do the Feijin run up strike and then feint, this is 3.2, and I say 3.2 because it's a little bit further back, but it's basically 3 feet if you want to simplify it. This is 3 feet. And then if you press back on your stick, this is 4 feet. Because if I move slightly back, you guys will come toward me. So that's literally at the end of range. Now, I want you to take note of this. This is a manual dodge. Manual dodge only moves you 2 feet. It takes 2 of those. Not to mention, do you see that amount of stamina it takes? That's ridiculous. Alright. Watch how much stamina the actual Feijin manual dodge works. It's like half that. Hell, even the first movement in itself isn't all that much stamina. It's 3 feet. So, hell, even this I used to do this to people all the damn time. I still do this to people all the time. Even if you don't want to do the whole Phasian main dodge because you don't want to be out of range, this is 1 foot. And you can literally dodge jabs by the skin of your teeth by doing this. So, actually I usually use it to dodge hooks because jabs usually will get you with that because you kind of extended your hitbox a little bit there. But that's better than actually using manual dodge. So even then, this also has 2 dodge properties. So say somebody does plexus elbow from here, ooh, I'm gonna get hit by this even if I do run up strike. But if I do run up strike and then feint, plexus elbow is only 2.3 meters. So let's just move 3 feet back. That's 3 feet, and you'll probably dodge like right at the last second for plexus elbow. If you wanted to do, I don't know, I do this mix up right here. You can easily use it for that, but this also has not only a mobility mobility advantage, but it also has 2 dodge properties. So dodging plexus elbow by getting out of range is also a good idea. But if say they hit you with another horizontal or something, you can do the backstep. Hell, you don't even have to do the backstep. You're in a defensive stance. You can do sidestep and just react to whatever comes your way. So, in other words, it's just getting the most out of your style. And every other style that does mobility, like stagger and windfall, yes, even windfall, but it's not significant. You move, and it's good to notice this. And you just want to be aware of it because people do this all the time. If you're doing run up strike and you see somebody doing run up strike, be aware of your footing because people will do this. And then if I do run up strike again, they wonder why the other run up strike wins if somebody does it back, or if they try to do like spinning heel kick or something, why they're able to do it while they're mid combo or something. It's because your punches have knockback and I just moved you 2 feet doing run up strike like that. So if I try to do spin heel kick or some shit like that, you're gonna get out of range because I just moved 2 feet back by doing run up strike because you knocked me way too far. If you want to keep somebody from doing run up strike successfully like that, just keep short range moves that don't knock them back that far, or have a reaching move after your really big hits that go straight or fast enough to counter it so they run into your hit. Because if you keep doing that over and over again and you don't realize it, I'm not saying you can't keep the way your deck is, but just dodge the run up strike that comes, or just know it's going to come. Like, don't keep doing that or else it's going to be really heavy punishment for you. So let's get right to how you can do this without the actual Phasian. Now, this is going to be less efficient in terms of stamina. This is also not the only way. This is not the only 2 moves that have backstep feints, but this will work too. So if you did feint, and then that you can do that with Phasian, but really truly this is good because this is about 4 feet right there. Except for it requires you to do 2 feints, and it's still rather costly. But as a matter of fact, actually it's not all that bad. It's actually quite the same. It's actually less, but I think the only problem is that you're taking out way too much time with doing 2 moves and feints, and not everybody. I mean, I guess the first move would keep you from being hit because of the charge move, but it's you'd probably get hit doing this. You'd have to be really sneaky with it. Alright, but there's other ways to do it. It's just I've found that this is the better way because Phasian is all about mobility and doing multiple dodges at the same time. Not at the same time, but I mean like in succession, because you can do shit like this. But that's all I really want to explain. Please use this. I don't like when people just complain about something because they don't quite understand why it's not working that way or something like that. It's just literally footing. Just watch your footing. This works for everything. It's not just for Phasian Phasian manual dodge or FMD. I'm just gonna start saying FMD hopefully, but it's just for any move. Like if you're making a deck, you can't have moves that hit somebody way out of range and then have a really short range move. It just doesn't connect. So if you just know that 2-step range is for Phasians to use that, or even anybody with this move on, just be aware of it. If you know you don't have a reaching move afterward, just prepare to dodge, or just say, hey, that's the end of my combo. Let me just get back on the defensive real quick. So please use this to your advantage. I want to see some people do some crazy shit. There are other moves that have backstep feints. I don't know what they are by heart. I think there's a Drunken Style one that does it. But hopefully people will start doing some really weird shit. Alright, thanks for watching.